In this video, I'm going to answer one very important question. Should you sleep with your dog? We're going to look at the downsides, we're going to look at the benefits, and ultimately, we're going to figure out if it's right for you. So let's talk about dogs in bed. Some people love it, some people say it's the worst idea ever. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. But first, let's take a quick second to appreciate all the amazing benefits our dogs bring into our lives. Second, let's dive into this topic. For many people, letting your dog sleep in your bed feels just like second nature. It feels comforting. But others warn about hygiene, sleep quality, and even training problems. So here are some things to watch out for before we get to the fun stuff. First and foremost, hygiene. There are lots of things that can gross us out when it comes to our dogs, but if you keep your dog clean and up to date on all their vet checkups, then it shouldn't be an issue. Dirt, dander, fleas, and ticks. These are all things you want to be aware of. Especially if you or someone else in your home suffers from allergies, it could make it worse. And that's something you need to think about. In addition, dogs shed. So if you are constantly finding dog hair on your sheets, then you may want to consider other options. The next downside to sleeping with your dog is that they could disturb your sleep. They might move around, snore, or even scream in their sleep from having crazy dreams. Dogs have sleep cycles just like humans, and they might act out during their REM sleep. This is also something to be mindful of if you are trying to balance your dog's needs with your need for good rest. Now, for those of you who are thinking about dog training, some trainers argue that letting your dog in your bed may cause confusion. An anxious dog might see your bed as their den and have trouble leaving it, especially if you have a new puppy. That being said, these problems have simple solutions. If you have a puppy, start by getting them used to their own space. Give them a place to go where they feel safe and comfortable. And that might mean putting a dog bed in the same room as your bed, but not in your bed. As for restlessness or destructive behavior at night, it could be a sign that your dog needs more exercise or mental stimulation during the day. A tired dog is less likely to cause trouble at night. Consider increasing the amount of exercise and playtime your dog gets. And finally, if your dog snores or talks in their sleep, it could be a sign of an underlying medical condition. So pay attention and take them to the vet if you notice any concerning symptoms. Okay, now that we've got the cons out of the way, let's talk about the pros of sleeping with your dog. Sleeping with your dog can strengthen your emotional bond with them, and this is a big deal. According to research, dogs release oxytocin when they're around their owners, and this hormone makes them feel connected to you and trust you more. So sleeping together can increase the amount of oxytocin both you and your dog release, which makes for a stronger bond. Not only that, but sleeping with your dog can reduce anxiety for both of you. You might feel less alone or more protected when your furry friend is by your side. And for dogs, being close to their owners can help them feel safe and calm. Experts believe that this is because being close to you triggers the release of oxytocin, the same hormone that reduces stress in humans. So if you or your dog struggle with anxiety, sleeping together could be a great option. Another pro to sleeping with your dog is that they can provide warmth. If you tend to sleep cold, a warm dog in your bed can be exactly what you need to get a good night's rest. Dogs are excellent at cuddling, and they can snuggle up to you to keep you warm at night. And speaking of cuddling, sleeping with your dog can be very comforting and relaxing. If you have a dog that loves to cuddle, you might find that sleeping with them helps you relax and de-stress. This can make it easier to fall asleep and enjoy a peaceful night's sleep. And the benefits don't stop there. There's even some evidence that sleeping with your dog can reduce stress levels. Like we mentioned earlier, when you pet your dog, your body releases oxytocin, which can help reduce stress and lower blood pressure. Plus, if you have a dog who likes to lick you, their saliva contains endorphins, which have pain-relieving effects. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious, a good lick from your dog can help you relax. Finally, sleeping with your dog can help some people fall asleep faster. If you have a dog who likes to snuggle, The rhythmic rise and fall of their breathing could help you relax and drift off to sleep. Plus, the physical contact from having your dog in bed with you can be very soothing. So it's clear that there are many benefits to sleeping with your dog. Just remember that every dog is different, and what works for one may not work for another. Some dogs simply don't like to be around people when they sleep, and that's okay. If you want to try sleeping with your dog, start by getting them used to your bed. Let them climb up and explore, but don't force them to stay. Once they seem comfortable, you can try taking naps together. And if everything goes well, you can try sleeping with your dog at night. And if you want to make it work safely, keep these tips in mind. First, make sure your dog is clean and up to date on all their vet checkups. If you have a puppy, crate train them first so they're used to being in a small space. And use a blanket or specific area on the bed for your dog so you have a clear boundary between you and them. Finally, if your dog is restless, consider putting a dog bed in the same room as your bed. This way you can enjoy the benefits of having your dog close by without dealing with the downsides of having them in your bed. The truth is, though, that there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to whether or not you should let your dog sleep in your bed. It all depends on you, your lifestyle, and your dog's behavior. But if you're struggling to decide, here's something to consider. Studies show that dogs who sleep close to their owners may actually live longer, happier lives. So if you can provide a clean, safe sleeping environment for your dog, then there's no reason not to let them sleep in your bed. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more dog videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Do you want to know how to improve your dog's sleep quality? Watch this video next.